All right, let's jump right into this explainer and tackle a massive pain point for SaaS teams: exploding analytics bills and completely fragmented software subscriptions as you scale. Look, if you're building a software product, you know that understanding user behavior it's not negotiable, right? But getting that data often means stitching together 5 different tools and paying an absolute fortune just to see what your users are actually doing. Well, today we are analyzing a really powerful alternative. Here is our roadmap from migrating to a consolidated open-source solution that hands you complete ownership over your product data. We're going to cover the analytics trap, introduce PostHog, look at its all-in-one toolkit, compare hosting and pricing, walk through exactly how to make the switch, and then we'll deliver the final verdict.
Starting off with Section 1, the analytics trap. Let's take a look at a ubiquitous problem literally every growing company eventually runs into.
It's a great question, isn't it? What actually happens when your SaaS product succeeds? Ironically, with commercial tools like Mixpanel or Amplitude, success is kind of punished. The more your user base grows and the more they interact with your application, the more you get penalized by this ticking clock of per-event pricing. It creates this really weird dynamic where you're actively discouraged from tracking deep user behavior, all because every single click, swipe, and page load is just adding to your monthly bill.
So there's a real core conflict here. On one side, you've got the standard competitor model. Your costs scale wildly with tracked events, and if you want to figure out why a user dropped off, maybe by using session recordings or feature flags, you have to go buy completely separate subscriptions. But on the flip side, you have the actual SaaS need. Product teams absolutely require detailed insights into feature adoption and in-app behavior patterns, but they desperately need predictable costs to operate sustainably. This fragmented, per-event pricing model of the industry heavyweights, it's just fundamentally misaligned with what growing startups actually need.
Moving on to Section 2, enter PostHog. This is the exact antidote to that scaling problem. Launched back in 2020, PostHog is an open-source product analytics platform. But here's why this actually matters. It was built specifically for software and SaaS product teams. While a tool like Matomo is fantastic for general website traffic, PostHog is strictly focused on in-app user behavior, feature usage, and complex user journeys. It's designed right out of the box to let you consolidate your tooling and retain full data ownership. It's basically the perfect David to the commercial Goliaths. That brings us to Section 3, the all-in-one toolkit. Let's see how all this builds into an incredibly robust suite of integrated features. So, the really crucial point here is that PostHog doesn't just do one thing. It consolidates a massive workflow into a single platform. You get your event tracking and funnel analysis to see exactly where users drop off. But instead of just guessing why they left, you can immediately pull up session recordings right next to that data. Add in feature flags, cohort analysis, A/B testing, and SQL-based custom querying, and you have literally eliminated the need for 3 separate paid tools. Let's actually ground this in a real-world scenario. Think about a growing startup that was just watching its Mixpanel bills climb exponentially. By migrating to PostHog, they didn't just manage to keep their detailed funnels and cohorts, they actually brought session recordings natively in-house and used the built-in feature rollouts to control their product updates. They achieved much deeper insights, and they did it without having to glue together a bunch of different paid tools. Now for Section 4, hosting and pricing. Let's objectively unpack the financial reality and the trade-offs of these deployment options. The financial difference here is pretty stark. A high-growth SaaS product using a managed commercial tool like Mixpanel can easily pay several $1,000s a month once they blow past those free tier limits. Now, contrast that with self-hosted PostHog. On properly provisioned infrastructure, that cost drops to somewhere between $100 and $300 a month. Avoiding that per-event pricing penalty, that can easily represent tens of thousands of dollars in annual savings for a high-growth product. But to keep things perfectly objective, we really have to compare your 2 deployment options, cloud versus self-hosted. PostHog Cloud offers a super generous free tier and an incredibly fast setup. You can literally start tracking events in minutes without any infrastructure hassle, though it will eventually scale with significant usage. Self-hosted, on the other hand, gives you 0 licensing costs and complete data privacy, since sensitive user behavior stays entirely within your own production infrastructure. Interestingly, a lot of businesses actually start with the cloud version's free tier to validate the tool, and then they transition to self-hosted as they scale. I do need to give a very important warning here, though. A really common mistake is prematurely self-hosting. Running PostHog at production scale requires meaningful technical infrastructure expertise, particularly around Kubernetes deployment. Unless you want your engineering team spending their entire weekend debugging clusters,
You're probably better off sticking to the cloud version until you actually have that technical capacity in-house.
All right, Section 5, making the switch. Let's dive into the practical reality of how you actually move over from your current provider.
The migration path is pretty straightforward, but it definitely requires some diligence. Because historical data migration usually requires some custom scripting, most teams kick things off with Step 1, using PostHog's extensive SDKs to re-implement their tracking from scratch. Step 2, use this as a golden excuse to review and streamline your messy event taxonomy. Think of it kind of like cleaning out your garage before moving into a new house. Step 3, run both your old platform and PostHog in parallel for a bit just to validate the data accuracy. And if you follow these steps, your team can typically execute a full cutover in just 4 to 8 weeks.
When you are onboarding, keep these quick tips in mind. First, please don't over-instrument everything immediately. Start with a focused set of key events to avoid creating noisy, useless data. Second, get product and engineering involved early, since tracking touches the whole codebase. Third, establish clear naming conventions on day one. And crucially, always configure data masking for session recordings before you enable the feature broadly. You absolutely need to protect sensitive user information from being recorded.
Which brings us to Section 6, the final verdict. Let's bring all of this together and finalize what we've covered in this explainer.
Ultimately, when you look at functionality per dollar spent, PostHog's consolidated approach is exceptionally difficult to match. It gives you incredible value through feature consolidation, literally replacing your analytics, A/B testing, and session recording tools all at once. It offers true long-term scalability without those dreaded per-event penalties, and it provides self-hosted data ownership by design. For SaaS teams that just want an all-in-one toolkit under their own control, it presents an incredibly compelling option.
So I'm going to leave you with this final thought. Take a hard look at your current analytics stack. If your monthly costs are climbing simply because your product is actually being used and your toolkit is fragmented across multiple expensive subscriptions, is it finally time to evaluate this open source antidote and take full ownership of your product data? Something to think about. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep learning.